Well, ladies and gentlemen, new kits. That's all Arsenal is all about: signing young players, releasing new kits, and making sure all the Arsenal fans go bonkers about it because that's how the latest designs are. All are so cool. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some other things as well. So stay tuned for that. Saliba getting a new contract. IG, are you drunk? Arteta hates Saliba, right? We don't know much about it, but more importantly, it looks like there might be a case of signing a new deal for William Saliba. We're going to talk about that, but first, let's talk about the leaked images of the first official draft of the Arsenal 2022 Team Geist jersey, manufactured by Adidas, set to be launched in November. Do we need it? Anyways. So Chris Wheatley has spoken about William Saliba. He says the plan would be for him to come back to Arsenal next summer, and a decision will be made on whether he's offered a new contract or not, expecting talks to begin towards the end of his loan spell at Marseille. Okay, that's kind of encouraging. No, IG, they say that he will be either given a new contract or not. The decision will be made when he comes back. So stop with that agenda. Okay, IG says okay. So Athletic.uk have revealed why Arsenal made a signing. We did not sign Emerson Royal but signed Takehiro Tomiyasu instead. So here's the story. Athletic say that at one stage Arsenal were in advanced talks with Barcelona for Emerson Royal. Probably a potential swap deal between Royal and Bellerin. Royal has long been admired by Arsenal's recruitment team, who considered his dynamic style of play a good fit for English football. But yeah, and even technical director Edu oversaw talks with Barcelona, and at one stage an agreement was considered likely. Ultimately, Arsenal stalled with manager Arteta unconvinced about whether Royal would prove a good tactical fit for his preferred system. Arsenal then turned to Tomiyasu. A deal accelerated dramatically the night before deadline day. Arteta was a driving force behind the club's decision to pursue the deal. He was insistent that Tomiyasu, unlike Royal, was the right fit for Arsenal's team. I'll tell you what, one thing is pretty much sure that for the reason why we signed Tomiyasu, I think he's doing the job. He did the job at least in one game, but that's not the only parameter. Like a single game should not be a good parameter where you judge more where you judge the players coming to Arsenal. I think it should be a good fair amount of matches. So let's see where his journey leads us. You know. Moving on, Chris Wheatley also has given an update about Granit Xhaka. He says Xhaka is returning to London after having to isolate in Switzerland for the past couple of weeks, according to Andreas Boni. Andreas Boni says that yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a return of Granit Xhaka. And talking about more stuff, Mohamed El-Neni, well, an update on Arsenal.com ahead of the Norwich game reads left hamstring. El-Neni's return date is penciled for September 26th, which means he could be available for selection against Tottenham if his recovery goes to plan. Rob Holding, well, he was a surprise absentee for the match against the Canaries. The reason was a bruised right knee. Arteta did not deliver an update on him. It remains to be seen whether he'll be available against Burnley or not. But let's see. Takehiro Tomiyasu, again, the cramps was the reason why he was removed. It was not something serious because Arteta also confirmed it was just the cramps. So I think he would be available. Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Albert Sambi Lokonga were also substituted in the second half, but both players are expected to be available for the game against Turf Moor. But Eddie Nketiah stepped his recovery from an ankle injury featuring for Arsenal under-23s against Manchester United. So that is the update about the injury list. But let's talk about certain stats. Do you know who is the team leader in aerial duels won percentage-wise? Minimum 10 duels. If you actually talk about any Arsenal defender who's actually won a lot of aerial duels, well, number one on that list is Ben White with 58.3 percentage. 7 out of 12 aerial duels won by Ben White. Tomiyasu is not far behind. Yeah, I'm pretty much sure. Give him another game and definitely he's going to smash those numbers as anyone would predict. But more importantly, Martin Odegaard pressured the ball 29 times on Saturday, resulting in 13 successful 44.8% success rate. That alone would make him second for the team lead, but he did go 1 out of 13 against City. Only one pressures. He pressured the ball only one times out of 13 against Manchester City. Even with the City nightmare, he and Ainsley Maitland-Niles lead Arsenal in successful pressure percentage. Minimum 20 attempts with 33.3 percentage. It's not that good, but okay. Emil Smith-Rowe and Nicola Pepe are joint Arsenal leaders in dribbles completed with 8. Emil Smith-Rowe has played 299 minutes. This year he completed 7 dribbles in 1,440 minutes last year. Crazy. And Nicola Pepe leads Arsenal in XG and XA with 2.1. That's good for someone who's for 11th place in the Premier League. He's also got the highest total in that stat without a successful goal, just ahead Trent Alexander-Arnold and Adama Traore. Well, more importantly, Takehiro Tomiyasu completed one cross into the 18-yard box for Arsenal in 61 minutes. He completed 7 in 5,243 minutes at Bologna. Well, he completed also 2 tackles in the attacking third yesterday. He did that in 12 times at Bologna. Well, more importantly, of the 16 clubs who had completed 4 games through Saturday night, Arsenal were the only club without a single player at 360 minutes. It's like 4 games completed. Crazy, crazy stuff. So let's see how things will turn out to be for Arsenal. If you're just talking about the pure stats, let's see where we end up. But more importantly, Arsenal have found their own Phil Foden. Charlie Patino is like the best Haaland product Arsenal have produced after a very long time. Of course, there's Bukayo Saka, but Emil Smith-Rowe, of course. But more importantly, Charlie Patino has been given the hype, and certain fans really are expecting a lot from him. So here are certain comments from Arsenal fans who believe that Charlie Patino is the next big thing. So one of them said that future Ballon d'Or winner, you heard it first here. Another one said the way he runs with the ball is a mixture of Frankie de Jong and Phil Foden. Wow, this guy is a gem. Another one said Wilshire Regen. Another one said don't want to put too much pressure on the future Ballon d'Or winner, but the kid's gonna do good things. He really scored a solo goal as well, and that was a really good finish, I would say. Well, moving on, Mikel Arteta already has his own Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah at Arsenal. Yes, because it looks like Edu might expect Nicola Pepe and Ben White to produce the great goods again and again. So let's see how things will turn out to be. So one of the Arsenal fans says that we overpaid for sure for Ben White, but this Ben White transfer was needed. If that was holding, he passes it back to Gabriel and suddenly it's the start of another donut of sadness. Another one said, did we overpay for Ben White? Probably he was very expensive, but damn, I really like him as a player. So cool on the ball, plays football from the back in such an entertaining way. Personally, I think his defensive shortcomings have been very overblown. Sure, he's no Van Dijk, but the lad's only 23. If he can stay fit, he could be a massive player for us for the best part of the decade. Here's hoping. So Arsenal fans are really being reasonable here, but let's see what the future holds, we don't know. So Jay McIntosh, Fan Brand's social producer, spoke to Bailey Keogh about the whole Premier League encounter that's been happening. So talking about Ben White, he said Ben White looked a lot more comfortable against Norwich with Gabriel alongside him, which is one of our best centre backs. It's an exciting pairing with a lot of potential. This is going to be our main centre back pairing moving forward. There's a lot more security and assurance with them together, especially with Tierney out on the left and Tomiyasu coming in on the right too. Agreed. Gareth McCauley has called Mikel Arteta to recall Daniel Ballard from loan because he's doing so much good for Millwall. He says, if I were Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, I'd be recalling Daniel Ballard from his loan spell at Millwall and placing the young Northern Ireland international in my struggling Gunners team. I know Daniel isn't Mikel's type of defender. He probably doesn't match his philosophy in how he wants the game to be played, but maybe he should be with the way Arsenal have started their season. Daniel just keeps on getting better and better with every game he plays in, especially on the international scene. Well, most valuable Premier League squads, Arsenal have been pushed down to the 7th spot. Man City are first, Man United is second, third is Chelsea, fourth is Liverpool, fifth is Tottenham. Sixth is Leicester, who have who've pipped Arsenal for the sixth spot. But whatever. That is the truth. Moving on, Gary Lineker does not rate Arsenal to be in the top six of his choice in the Premier League teams this season. He believes that Liverpool are in there, Man United are in there, City are in there, Chelsea are in there, Tottenham and Leicester are in the last few years, I would say. Well, he does not rate Arsenal. Nobody gives a damn about his opinion. But that is that, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, see you in the next episodes, upcoming episodes, and some really awesome football related new channel plus new content coming up soon. Anything about it will be updated to you, so don't worry about that. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.